After CUET UG concluded, both at NTA and UGC, we felt a great relief because the exam went off well. Unlike last year where we did face glitches, but this year everything was smooth, except in some states like J&K and Jharkhand, and because of some disturbances in Manipur, we had to extend the dates so that we could give the first and second preference of cities to the students, and they don't have to travel longer distances. So we are very happy that CUET went off very well. Our goal is that students should not travel longer distances, and we will definitely ensure next year to place the centers within reachable distances, and that is going to be our top priority. You see, one of the challenges that we have in CUET is that we have to conduct the examination in the same subject on multiple days. So obviously the difficulty level of the question paper will be different on each day. So therefore, to make sure that the difficulty level is measured on a common scale, we use a very scientific statistical method known as equipercentile method. And this is a well-established statistical method, and it is being used extensively in the field of education to bring correspondence of scores across multiple tests in the same subject. So therefore, it depends on the difficulty level of the question paper in each session and how the students have performed in each of these sessions. Therefore, when we normalize it using the equipercentile method, in some cases the marks may go up a little bit, in some cases the marks may come down a little bit, and in some cases it is quite possible that the marks may vary significantly, but there is nothing like luck or unfairness in this method, because it is a completely scientific method and extensively used, not just only in education, in other domains where data has to be processed across multiple situations. The equipercentile method is extensively used. So therefore, I request the students that please do not get stressed by this. This is the only way that we can normalize the difficulty level, the best available method in statistics. Therefore, please do not worry about that. So we are going to send normalized score. You will also have the percentile and the normalized score. The universities will use the normalized score. The reason why we are giving normalized score is in some universities, in some disciplines such as arts, performing arts, sports, you may have certain marks assigned for your ability in these areas. So therefore, let's say 25 marks are given for your performance in sports. Now I can take 75% of the normalized score and add that to the performance that you display in the sports or arts or in any such subject. We can add them. Whereas in the case of percentiles, it is not possible to add. So that's the reason why we are giving normalized scores to the universities, and they will use only normalized scores for carrying out the admission process. Well, whenever there is a tie, it is each university has its own formula of how you break the tie. For example, they may take if you are joining in the physics program, they may look at your physics performance in your board examination, and if you have higher marks, then you get the admission, not the other person. Or in some other universities, they may take the average of the best 3 papers in your board exam and then decide the tie. So there are various ways. There is no single way of breaking the tie. It is left to the universities to decide. At least presently, there are only about 250 universities which are participating in CUET. So if you miss to get admission by using your CUET score in any of these universities, there are anyway several other universities which are using your board marks. You can try for admission in those universities. But however, Next year, we may come up with common counseling for all the central universities. So in that case, you need to apply only on a single portal and give your choice of different central universities for admission. Once that comes, I think the admission process in the central universities will be much more streamlined, and it will be much more easier for the students to apply. Just as IITs and NITs have a JOSA portal, we will be developing a similar portal when we come up with the common counseling for all the CU admissions. There will be a committee consisting of few central universities, and those universities will manage when we come up with this common counseling portal. It will be like that. So the advantage here is that it is ease of admissions for the students, and then there is very little chance of any seat going vacant, and the students don't have to apply to multiple universities. So there are a lot of advantages having a common counseling. Let us see, once the common counseling portal is developed, how it will evolve. We will get to know as we move forward. I do not know who is doing in a hush-hush manner. We all expect the admission process to be transparent. Students should know the merit list, why they couldn't get admission, why they got admission. Everything should be transparent. See, in the case of DU, they shifted from admission process which was based on the board marks to CUET. Things are evolving. I'm sure as things evolve, as we gain more experience, everything will be streamlined. Through an API, the score will be supplied to the participating universities, and then they can verify when the students are applying, when they fill up their score in their application form. In the back end, we can check with the data for the accuracy of the data that is entered by the student. No, I was not aware of any such delay in the case of Jamia. NTA is just one phone call away, one email away. In case something is getting delayed, any university, participating university can also approach me at UGC, and we will ensure that there is no such delay in giving the scores to the participating universities. See, every university will run at least 3 rounds of admission process. And our endeavor is that no seat should go waste, because every vacant seat is it's a national resource. We can't allow the seats to go vacant. So we are sensitizing the universities to run the admission process at least up to 3rd round, so that students will have the opportunity to join in a university of their choice. Well, we haven't officially announced its validity, that it is valid only for 1 year or 2 years. This is only 2nd year. I mean, it's very unlikely that the last year CUET scorers are applying now, but it is up to the universities to consider at this point whether the score is from the last year CUET or this year CUET. You know, there are some riders here. For example, if you have already used your last year CUET score and got admission somewhere, you can't use it any further next year. See, originally we planned to complete the CUET by May end itself, right? We started on May 21st. Even if you assume that it is delayed by a few days, by June 1st week we wanted to complete. But then we had these unexpected challenges of J&K, Jharkhand, and also Manipur. That is why we had to extend. So next year, of course, we will plan to compress the number of days. And we also would like to make sure that the academic sessions start even earlier than this year. And for that to be a possibility, we obviously had to conduct the CUET earlier than even what we did this year. So we are internally discussing, and once things are finalized, we will announce the window for the CUET UG next year. See, there are only 2 options that are in front of us, because CUET UG has to be conducted after the board exams are over. So that means you have only either April window. If it gets delayed, you have latest May window. It should not get delayed any further. But we will strive for the earlier window so that the test can be conducted in a shorter duration and the scores are available to the universities to start the admission process. When I saw the responses of the students who took CUET UG, a large number of them, they said that they prepared on their own without going for coaching. And it's quite possible that some students might have gone for coaching, but by and large, if you study well for your board examinations and focus on concepts, the application of the concepts, and then you regularly practice problem solving, and if you have a regular plan for your studies, it is possible to do CUET UG very well. So my suggestion to all the students is that you focus on your board exams, do it very well, and as soon as the board exams are over, you do practice sessions and you revise what you have studied for the board exams. That should be sufficient for you to do well in CUET UG. First of all, let us avoid words like pressure, stress, anxiety from our vocabulary. You study well for your board examinations. That should be your top priority. And then comes any other entrance examination. I can't speak for other entrance examinations, but at least for CUET, we tell our question paper setters to moderate the difficulty level in CUET. And that's the reason why you see the reaction of the students. They feel quite happy when they come out of the examination centers that they have done very well. And that's the kind of feeling that the students should get if they have prepared well. So my advice to all the students is do very well, try to do well in your board examinations. That will strengthen your ability to grasp concepts and apply these concepts, and that will automatically help you to do well in CUET UG. Well, even without making CUET UG compulsory, many state universities also have participated this time. And UGC will reach out again to all the university system across the country so that the number will increase from the present 250, maybe 350 to 400 or so. So we want more universities to participate in CUET UG even without making it compulsory. No, at this time we have no idea, but there were universities which have shown interest and they said we will join next year. But UGC will proactively approach many universities and increase the number of participating universities. See, all that I can say to the students, to the younger generation who are coming out of the school system is that you have enormous inner potential. Try to focus on your inner potential and try to work hard with a focus in your life so that you make use of your inner potential to achieve the goals that you have set for yourself. And in this journey, failures are very common. You may not get admission in a college of your choice, but that should not be the end of life. There is a tomorrow always. There are other opportunities which will come in your life. So therefore, use any failure that comes in your way as a lesson to learn, improve further, and move forward.